1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's fair. I think I'll still cry during the wedding itself.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a front row seat.
You do have a front row seat. Whose turn was it? Hey, Katie.
Okay, start walking.
Yep. I'm not gonna do anything till you tell me.
Come up to him. Come up to him, and then I'm gonna have you tap him on the shoulder.
I think you're supposed to tap me on the left shoulder. How you doing?
Good.
Should I turn around now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, hey, honey. That's so good. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can hug or something? I don't know what to do right here.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? Yeah. That's very pretty.
Thank you. You look very handsome.
Thank you. You doing okay?
Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. You look very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. It came out very well.
Are you crying already? We're not allowed to cry.
You're crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Go ahead and give each other another hug.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I guess there's a lot of fluff around this corner. I don't know what it is.
That's my train.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You look great.
I love it. Okay, so are you okay to do pictures out here?
Yeah.
You're not too cold? Okay,
No,
perfect.
let's do it.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get everybody.
Great.
And we're gonna do them on the steps, I think. A couple of them on the
Absolutely.
steps.
Great.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this up for the work plan.
Let me go and check out the third floor before I make the walk all the way up. Worst case, we move the signing to there.
Yeah, we can do it in the bridal suite.
Do you just want to do that?
Yeah, bring this up.
Okay, I'll bring this up. So I have to go upstairs with the wedding paperwork because we're not gonna do it down here anymore. Do you want to sign the?
So what we got,
Okay.
this is the marriage license,
Yeah.
so we need to sign this. I would
you
sign
sign
here.
there?
You want to sign first? Yeah.
Wow. Didn't know that.
I only found out really when he was signing. Signature of applicant one.
Are you applicant one?
Yeah. Where are you guys?
Witnesses.
Oh,
We
witnesses.
need our witnesses.
Go to the side for now.
Yeah.
We'll do the witness stuff. Yeah, like hide in a room. I don't know what you need to do.
Okay.
Am I applicant one?
I don't remember.
Where does it say name? Oh, yeah, I'm applicant one.
Okay. Yeah.
That could have been bad.
I just knew it was sexist.
Is that a signature? Or did you
That's
just
my
have a
signature.
mistake?
No, that's my signature. Believe it or not. Gets to be so pretty. Okay, so that's the
That's a marriage
The
license. The most
Indiana one.
official thing.
yeah.
Uh-oh, are
Okay.
we married now?
Yeah, technically we're married now.
Pretty much you are.
Now we break the glass,
no
right?
backseat. Okay.
Witnesses? I'd like you to sign one of the certificates of marriage, please. This is the one from the Universal Life Church.
You can sign on the first line,
Sign
Allie.
the first one. Witness number one.
Yeah, I think technically we're only married after we file the paperwork,
Oh,
but
okay, okay. All
Uh,
right,
Okay,
so there's still time.
there's still time. I like how you guys can make the joke, but I yell at my dad whenever he makes the joke.
He's not allowed to make
He's
the
not allowed
joke.
to make the joke, but everyone. Yeah.
Okay, and
Cool.
Okay.
this is paperwork that you may or may not need for Indiana.
Okay.
That indicates that I am a minister in good standing.
Cool.
Okay, awesome.
Good standing.
Yeah.
I don't stand well, but I'm a good stander. And then this is the certificate of marriage, which we will also have witnessed, and you guys would sign that as well.
Great.
Okay, great. So, okay.
Okay, witnesses?
Just make sure, yep, that's what I'm signing.
You always got to read. the
Especially when you have to sign
document.
2 wedding documents.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have my lawyer look at that.
Yeah. Submit it for review.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Jer? This way you get all sorts of certificates, so
Yeah.
we can prove whatever we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Filed in triplicate.
Now, I'm assuming these 2 lines are for you guys. It doesn't
Okay.
say
I would think so.
anything, but-
Yeah. You can sign first, Kate.
I mean, it's not an official document. other
No,
than-
it's not. It's really a keepsake. Fine off Amazon. Well, it has. So I think what they're going to do, probably when we bring it over, like this seal thing, they'll probably
They'll
make it
stamp
look
put
pretty.
an impression on it.
Look, that's.
All right.
Out the line.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it.
That's the
Okay.
official paperwork.
Okay.
All right. So
Do you
now
guys
if
want any
people wanna-
particular pictures or anything?
All righty.
Thank you.
Let's go get you married.
Cool. So we just chill out. I think we're ahead of schedule. Just chill out.
I'm gonna get my stuff.
Okay, great.
Yeah, my hands are cold. I did talk to Troy about, are you gonna hold my hand or something, or you wanna like arm like? Okay, we have to get going.
Would it be a sin? Oh, if I killed you, falling in love like a river flows surely to the sea, darling. So it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life.
You can all be seated. Family and friends, we meet here today to witness the union of Katie and Bryan. As Bryan's uncle, I am so deeply honored and privileged to be leading the service as we come together to celebrate Katie and Bryan's love and devotion to one another. We are especially blessed to be joined by all of you, family and friends, that have come from near and far. I've known Katie since she and Bryan were both in high school. Bryan a little bit longer. While people often talk of soulmates, I can honestly say that these two are the most compatible couple I have seen in quite some time. They are two old souls that have found one another years ago and grown up together. From their shared love of theater to their love of competition and board games, they are truly the definition of soulmates and best friends. They are truly a unique couple, and for this and many other reasons, I could not be prouder to be given the opportunity to lead the ceremony. As I stand here with the responsibility of uniting these two as one, I cannot help but think back to another relationship that Bryan had many years ago when far younger. My mother, her name was Joan. My mother and father, Jack and Joan, loved all the grandchildren. But as the firstborn grandchild in the family, Jack and Joan had a very special bond with Bryan. Together, the three of them shared some very special life experiences and travels. As Grandpa Jack would often say, they saw life through his eyes and he through theirs. I know without any doubt that Jack and Joan epitomized for myself and my siblings a wonderful example of a strong marriage based on friendship, love, and devotion, just as the example that you both have from your parents, Rob and Nancy, and Helene and Michael. As such, I stand here today representing both myself and Bryan's grandparents, who I know are smiling down upon us on this very special day. Katie, you two have loved ones that are here in spirit and love. Your grandmother Louisa, who was too ill to travel. Your grandmother, as well as those that are no longer with us. Your grandmother Evelyn and both your grandfathers, Manuel and Richard. Manuel, who with your grandmother Louisa loved to take you and Allie out to play soccer in the park and to McDonald's afterwards. And Dick and Evelyn, who always knew how smart you were, even in grade school, and would be so proud of the woman you've become and your academic achievements. They too are smiling upon you. I have no doubts the strong bonds have shared. See, you make me cry. And the clergy's not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
I have no doubts the strong bonds of shared values and mutual respect that you two have for each one another will serve you well as a foundation for the rest of your lives. Of course, if that isn't enough, Katie, you can always call upon the skills you use to train your Bachon Frosty and just whip them into shape. Let us all revel in your joy today, and may we treasure these memories as Katie and Bryan, in the presence of family and friends, get set to begin their new life together. Who gives this bride?
I do.
If anyone has cause to object to the forming of this union, speak now or forever hold your peace. And I wouldn't want to take her on. Today we observe the union of Katie and Bryan in matrimony, a commitment you have chosen to undertaken with all the sincerity that it warrants. Marriage is a sacred and serious tradition, and it is also cause for tremendous joy. Married life is full of surprises, adventures, and memory making, all made possible by the enduring power of love. When Katie and Bryan finalize this union, they will begin a new life of partnership, one defined by shared hopes, dreams, and successes. Katie and Bryan, as you learn to live as a married couple, you will encounter many challenges that will help you grow. Continue to spend time together doing things that make life precious. Cooperate with each other. Always make time to laugh and play together, and never lose appreciation for the love that you share. Remember the vows that you make today. Seek strength from each other, give hope to each other, and let your trials help you grow together. They say love can build bridges and climb mountains, and they're right. You will find that as your love grows and matures over time, your love for one another will prove both fulfilling and empowering. Yes, there will always be challenges in life, but the strength of your bond will not only offer you protection against life's storms, but will help you overcome them. Always make your relationship a priority and continue to nurture each other. Through your commitment to love, together, you will be able to navigate any obstacles that come your way. We, your family and friends, solemnly bear witness to these matrimonial proceedings. The rite of marriage is an ancient institution and tradition, an important ritual that binds two people together for the rest of their days. Today, as you form this union, you're choosing to take a vow that is as sacred today as it was to your ancestors. Love is the soil from which life itself grows. As Carl Sagan famously wrote, the world, like Carl Sagan, the world is so exquisite with so much love and moral depth. We should remain grateful every day for the brief but magnificent opportunity that life provides. The sum of all our evolution, our thinking, and our accomplishments is love. Katie and Bryan, I invite you to express your vows to one another. Please face each other as you declare these vows in the presence of your family and friends.
Other way.
Katie, you may start.
Okay. Bryan, here today, standing before our family and our friends, I'm promising my devotion to the man that I love. We met nearly 15 years ago at a park with our friends, and in that time, we've finished high school and college, graduate school, we've started careers, we each had successes and we've each had losses, and we've grown together. And although much time has passed, I can confidently say that the person I was initially drawn to, the core of the man that I fell in love with, has been there all along. A man who is tremendously kind and thoughtful, supportive and driven, a man who puts the needs of others before his own, who can always make me smile, who puts up with all my anxieties, who makes me feel safe and loved. As long as I'm with you, I know that I can get through anything, that in good times and in bad times, that we can rely on each other, and that our partnership will strengthen and our love will continue to deepen through whatever lies ahead. So today and forever, I promise to be your loving friend and partner, to encourage you and support you as you achieve your goals as you've helped me with mine, to be your enthusiastic dance partner, board game buddy, and travel companion, to comfort you in times of trouble, and to celebrate with you in times of joy, to lead with understanding, and to adapt to new circumstances. And finally, I promise to care for you and cherish you for as long as I live.
Thank you. Beautiful. Bryan, now is the time for your promise.
Hey, Katie.
Hey.
Fancy meeting you here. That gets a groan. It's incredible to think that we're here today before our family and friends getting married. It took a while, more than a decade of friendship and dating, and just over 6 years of engagement. And like, if there's a moment to look all the way back to on a day like today, one moment in time to reflect on and say, yeah, that's where our paths collided, and our stories started to weave together and spin us out into this beautiful moment. I think you would say it's in Mr. Resnick's guidance counselor's office in high school, where we coincidentally met at the same time to talk to him about our senior year schedules. You wanted to fit drama class into your schedule, even though you had taken it already, while still meeting the graduation requirements. And I can't remember why I went. I was probably just curious about my senior year schedule and what cool classes I was going to take. Of course, I was and still am nerdy about things like schedules. Now, whenever you tell this cute story to people, you always tell about how I go on Mr. Resnick's computer while he's out of the room, and how I change your schedule for you to fit in drama. And I also scheduled you in for AP Psych and AP Bio class.
Yep.
And that's a great and important story for many reasons. But I think that's not the whole story. Yeah, it's adorable and details how I committed a minor cybercrime for you. But it leaves out the part about how you changed my schedule too. While we were in Mr. Resnick's office, you helped me figure out how to fit in an arts elective that I had to take in order to graduate. Mm-hmm. So you advised me to take that advanced level drama class with you. Mm-hmm. Granted, this isn't necessarily an interesting detail, but taking a step back from that moment and thinking about it for these vows, if you hadn't convinced me to take that class with you, we would have never seen each other every day of senior year for second period drama and third period gym class. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's something beautiful and unique about the beginning of our story. That was started by me influencing you and you influencing me. And that's been that way ever since, growing and changing together. And now we're here getting married. So with that in mind, here's what I vow to you. I vow to be a good, solid partner and friend, and to be here for you every day. I vow to go where you go, no matter where our journey together takes us. I vow to continue to show you my endless love and respect for you every day. And most importantly, as we grow old together, I vow to continue to listen and leverage your advice on how I should change my class schedule. And I vow to provide you with the best advice possible on yours. Katie, I love you so, so much. I'm so excited to keep our adventure going.
Okay. Katie and Bryan. I'll give this first. Please join hands. In the presence of all gathered, Bryan, do you take Katie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to support her completely and love her unconditionally so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Katie, in the presence of all gathered, do you take Bryan to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to support him completely and love him unconditionally so as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Katie and Bryan, this is a special day in both of your lives, and one you will no doubt cherish forever. Before we proceed, take a moment to reflect on every major decision and important experience that you've had over the years, just like you just did.
Yeah. Real quick, yeah.
Although you surely had no way of knowing at the time, each of those life's events have led you to right now, to this very moment. Although you've spoken the words to finalize your commitment, you will now officially seal your union with the lighting of the unity candle and the breaking of the glass. The lighting of the unity candle represents two individuals coming together as one, indivisible and eternal. The shattering of the glass is representative of the fragility of our lives and our relationships. Once the glass is shattered, it may never be reassembled. Similarly, the bond you have consecrated today is a permanent yet fragile one. Family and friends, once the candle has been lit and the glass has been shattered, it is customary to express your joy for the bride and groom. Please go this way. It's like a magic trick. These glass are keepsakes. After you break them, you can certainly keep them and display them proudly.
I don't think there's any strings on this.
Just place it down.
Okay. Do we do a count?
1, 2, 3, go. Mazel tov! You did well.
Thanks.
Your lives are now forever joined together through faith, love, and a sense of duty to one another, and must be cared for and respected. It is now time to exchange the rings. The circle formed by each ring.
We're just making sure.
Yeah, he's there. He didn't run away.
Yeah.
The circle formed by each ring is a symbol of your love and eternal commitment to each other. May these rings, come forward please. May these rings remind you always of the sacred promises you've made to each other today in the company of your family and friends. Bryan, you will go first. Please repeat after me as you place the ring on Katie's finger. You know which finger, right?
Thanks that one.
Just make sure. I, Katie.
Do you mean I,
I'm
Bryan?
sorry.
I can do
It's
that one
opposite
too.
day. I, Bryan,
I, Bryan,
give you, Katie,
give you, Katie,
this ring as a symbol
this ring as a symbol
of my love, commitment,
of my love, commitment,
and the eternal vows we have made today
and eternal vows that we have made today
to each other.
to each other.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Katie, your turn.
I think it's this.
I, Bryan, no. I, Katie,
I, Katie,
give you, Bryan,
give you, Bryan,
this ring as a symbol
this ring as a symbol
of my love, commitment,
of my love, commitment,
and the eternal vows
and the eternal vows
we have made today
we have made today
to each other.
to each other.
With this ring,
With this ring. With
This ring.
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
By the power vested in me by the state of Indiana and by the Universal Life Church, I pronounce you, Bryan and Katie, as husband and wife. Bryan, you may now kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get my last words in. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor that I officially present to you Bryan and Katie as husband and wife.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can everybody hear me okay? Beautiful. How about a big round of applause for that beautiful ceremony? Absolutely. How about a big round of applause for Bryan and Katie's parents? We have Helena and Mike and Nancy and Bob. Give them a giant round of applause, please. All right, and even bigger round of applause for your bridal party, if you will. Oh no, one more John. You'll learn real quick. I'm huge on round of applause. Give them a big round of applause. It is my pleasure to introduce your bridal party. First we have Heidi, Brent, and Elise. Steve and Shahana. Dennis and Julie. Rich and Julie. Jeremy, Allie, and Erica, our maid of honor and best man. All right, guys, I want everybody on their feet. Ooh, let's wake up the town of Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie and Bryan. If you folks want to go ahead and take your seats.
He said he was going to hand me it. Yeah, we guess. Yeah, we'll sit down. Cool. Welcome, everybody. I just want to take a quick moment. Thank you all for being here. Thank you very much for coming from near and far. We all appreciate you all very much, and we're very thankful to have you here, and we love you all. So thank you. Yeah, I didn't really write anything. Did you want to say anything?
No, you covered it.
I covered it, good.
All right, so it's time to toast these two. Our first toast comes as a dual toast with Erica and Jeremy. So come on up here, Erica and Jeremy.
Yeah, you can put it down the table.
Thank you. All right. Is this good? Can everyone hear me? Yeah. All right.
Hold on, I'm opening my...
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
The paper does not want to cooperate. There we go.
Welcome, family and friends. Wow, I think the last time we both said that was our bar and bat mitzvahs. Yet have no fear, as neither of us will be sharing a Torah portion or a reflection of what it meant to us. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Erica, Bryan's younger and only sister.
I am Jeremy, Bryan's younger and only brother, and also best man. We are these siblings that some of you already know. Sorry that we would never go away.
Jeremy and I thought it would be a great idea to do this together, especially since we will hopefully never have to do this again.
Since it's the two of us doing this speech tonight, we decided to go back down memory lane, starting with the typical siblings activities.
So for starters, a normal weekend activity would be bike riding to our Aunt Lizette and Uncle Kenny's house when they lived around the corner. On our way, we would do cool tricks. Down. Down the big hill. By the way, that hill is not that big. And our tricks were not that cool. Hands down, I wouldn't ask for a better older brother because he always looked out for me. He always looked back while bike riding in front of me. He held my hand and sat next to me on the bus for my first day of school and camp. But most importantly, if it wasn't for Bryan, I wouldn't have had a successful high school career. During his senior year and my freshman year, he drove me to and from school every single day, brought me on occasional Dunkin' trips in the morning, and definitely looked out for me. Without Bryan being there for me, high school would not have brought me so much success.
And since I'm youngest, I can't really remember Bryan being home for any of the summers. I called both him and Erica recently about this, and the conclusion was unsurprising. Why was this? Well, he was always at Camp Chanawanda, sleepaway camp, Las Vegas, California, Utah, the whole West Coast, most, you know. And he also went to Australia. So, and Seashore Day Camp, can't forget that. But when Bryan was actually around, he and I would sometimes play Mario Kart or GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. I always begged him to play, as younger siblings do. He would let out a big sigh, cave in after the 20th time, and after begging him. We shared a room together most of our lives. It was pretty cramped. And over the course of several years, we would change the layout of where we slept, and it drove our father crazy. Am I wrong? We even had bunk beds at one point. So, that was a fun time. However, memories aside, Bryan has always been a role model to me, especially when I was younger. Gosh, I cannot do this. I knew I was going to cry for this part. He's a caring person who looks out for his friends and family. Bryan always tried his best to include me with his friends when they came to visit, and gave me advice and direction on some very difficult decisions later in life.
But enough about Bryan.
That's true.
Let's talk about Bryan and Katie. Hey, Jer, do you remember the night they decided to start dating?
Yeah, that was my bar mitzvah. Really long. Great start for that. But really long story short, they're here today and they're married.
Jump to the end.
But before they even thought about tying the knot, they did do a couple sibling bonding days. Like the time they brought me and Katie's sister, Allie, to Avenue Q. Great show, by the way. The day at the park, Mom and Three's Track, and Spider-Man the Musical, which was not that good.
The greatest thing about both Bryan and Katie is that they cared enough to continue trying having siblings days, even when some of them were going to be flops. Family is so important to them, and that may be the key reason that they won't give up. And so with that said,
welcome to the family, Katie. Mazel tov, siblings, to Bryan and Katie.
Want to give him a hug?
Give these two another giant round of applause, if you would.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Did you expect anything else?
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thanks for always looking out for me.
Of course, always.
Okay, and how about a giant round of applause for Allie? Come on up here, Allie.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I have to thank Jeremy and Erica for your wonderful speech. Thank you so much. Let's give it up again. And I want to thank you all for being here today, so applaud yourselves. And of course, a big thank you to the reason we're all here, Bob and Nancy and Mike and Lena. Thank you for creating these people. If you hadn't, none of us would be in this room right now. So thank you. For anyone who doesn't know, my name is Allie, and I'm Katie's sister and her maid of honor. All right, so we don't always get to say how grateful we are for the people in our lives, which is just one reason why I'm so glad to be Katie's maid of honor. It gives me the perfect excuse to force her and Bryan to listen to why they're so special. So let's go to Bryan first. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
So I will never forget hearing that Bryan first asked Katie out. And she said, "No, I'm good." Yeah. But nevertheless, he persisted. He asked her out a little time later, and she said, "Oh my God, thank you, friend. I'm so glad for our friendship." So the door was closed in his face again. But nevertheless, he persisted. On June 7th, 2008, shortly before they graduated high school, he decided that day was the day. He asked her again, and she said, "Yes, finally." She said yes, and he picked a good day because it is our parents' wedding anniversary on June 7th. What a coincidence. But as you heard earlier, it was Jeremy's bar mitzvah, so the stars super aligned that day. Yeah. I think it was the Torah reading that fully solidified this relationship. So thank you so much. It's all because of you, Jer. Yeah. Now, when I told people that my sister was getting married, the first question I always got was, "Do we like him?" Which makes me wonder how many evil bastards are getting married nowadays. And I would say, yes, of course. I mean, we don't just like him, we love him. All right, he's the best. My mama remembers the first time she met Bryan, all right? This was shortly before they started dating. She and I were walking down in the Monmouth Mall, and we were passing through the AMC theaters where he worked, and he must have had either a nosebleed or a cold that day. Because he walked around with tissues sticking out of his nose. just like that. And so I knew him from drama club. So I just said, "Hey," and we said hi. And then after that quick exchange, my mom was like, "Who was that?" And I said, "Oh, it's just Bryan. That's how he do." And she said, "Wow, he must be so confident to walk around with tissues sticking out of his nose like that at his place of work. Wow, he's cool." So she already liked you from the get-go. That was good. Yeah. And then a little while later, on their first date, Bryan brought Katie flowers and candy and made it a point to say hello to our parents, which impressed my father. So good going, Bryan. Very good job. So we love Bryan. Okay. One of my favorite books is called The Science of Evil, which focuses on empathy. All right. The author, psychologist Simon Baron Cohen, described, cousin to Sacha Baron Cohen, if you were curious. They're literally cousins. He talks about empathy on a scale from 0 to 6. 0 being sociopaths. You don't want anything to do with them, they're crazy. And 6 being the most empathetic person you will ever meet. And to me, Bryan clearly fits in the 6 range. He's so nice, and I might cry.
You start, yeah.
Okay. He always puts others before himself. And makes it a point, to ask how you're feeling, what you're up to, and if you got any fun stories you want to share like those, So, there you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's my Aunt Pat, woo! Ooh. Thank you, Aunt Pat. Oh, geez, I lost my place. Where was I? He's always nice. And, I guess that's it. But also, so, in short, again, we love Bryan. He's super cool. He makes doctor's appointments for Katie. He always checks in on her feelings. And he loves board games and video games as much as she does, so they're a great pair. Of all the men in the world, you got the best one. So thank you so much for your persistence. Okay. One half down. Now for my sister. This is Katie. So, I'm Katie's hype man, if you didn't know. So I'll start off by saying she's really cool. If we weren't sisters, I'd still be super jazzed to be her maid of honor. She's cool. So, she's been published 6 times, if you didn't know. With more publications on the way. Her research is what is published. And if you're wondering if she's like a best-selling novelist, it's not that. So her research examines prejudice and what we can do to tackle it. So she's helping people she's never even met and will never meet because she's informing the world, because she's cool like that. Also, she got a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation grant, you know. She's rolling her eyes, but you know. A National Science Foundation grant, and she's going to Ohio State next year. The Ohio State, sorry. The Buckeyes, if you follow sports. Yes. That all being said, I am very glad we're siblings because you're the best sister ever. Shit, I'm gonna cry again. All right, wait a minute. Okay, so, way back in the day when I was a little baby, and a little after that, I had a bit of a speech impediment where only Katie understood me. No one else did. So this made her my interpreter in my earliest years, and I hope you took advantage of that by saying, Allie says we need more cookies, not me. That's what Allie said. I hope you did that, but if not, that's fine. But basically, that just set the precedent for her always looking out for me. All right. So, she walked me around high school before my first day so that I'd know where all my classes were. She probably did that in middle school too, but I blocked middle school out. She showed me around Rutgers when I was still in high school, so I eventually went there for undergrad, you know. And I probably embarrassed you a lot in elementary school because every time we saw each other in the hallway, I'd scream, "That's my sister!" And I'd run, and I'd hug you way too tight. Yeah, you were embarrassed. Yeah. But yeah, I was just super jazzed, and I still am, that we are sisters. One really good memory was in 2011 or 2012, you know, memory. So it was my birthday, and our parents were away, and I was fine with that because I was like, you know, we're gonna get together when they get back. We're gonna, you know, have dinner or something. But you wanted to make the day special for me. So you kidnapped me that morning, and you took me to make a whole day out of it. You took me to my first ever game of Monster Mini Golf. You treated me to the Cheesecake Factory. And I don't like cheesecake, but I had a lot of other things there. That was good. And then you walked me around a Spirit Halloween because you know that I'm a nerd for Halloween. Yeah. And it was just going to be another day, but you made it stand out in an epic act of siblinghood. Okay. It's almost over. All right. So feelings are difficult, clearly. But we find creative ways of showing each other that we care. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you asked me to be your maid of honor like this. I don't know, do you want to be my maid of honor or something? And then I said, okay, or whatever. And then you said, fine, great. And then you body checked me. But on the inside, I was so happy because you're my favorite person. So, you're super cool. Like I said before, you're witty, you're funny, you're smart. You know, Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, and I'm honored to be your maid of honor. I'm very glad that I got to make Alley Cat Christmas recordings with you. Yeah, it's like, if you don't know, and just really quick, we would pretend we were hosting a radio show and just be like, here's Rudolph, and like play, it doesn't make sense, but we'd record it and send it to our family, and they hated it, but you know, for like 7 years we did it. And then we have a bunch of inside jokes like, Monsieur Sabatier on this floor of the tour, connoisseur, said the narrator. But I can't imagine my life without you, and I'm really glad I've never known life without you. So, anyway, Katie and Bryan, my sister-in-law brother, two wonderful, kind, selfless people coming together. I wish I could say more, but sorry. So I guess that'll be it, but Bryan, I love you. Katie, I love you. I love that you love each other. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I could have let her just keep going all night long. Give Allie another big round of applause. At this time, Bryan and Katie, will you please cut the cupcake, if you will?
Yeah. Wait, just, yeah.
Let's see.
That one's mine. So.
Okay, excuse me. Ugh. Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, other way around.
Okay, here we go. We don't know how this is gonna go. Flying by the seat.
This seems pretty good. I just grabbed
No, you did great.
Just like grab some top, like kind of like top down. Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
Congratulations, you two.
That worked out well.
Yay! All right, folks, so I have great news. There are tons more cupcakes. I have bad news, though. They're out there. So, what I need you guys all to do is grab a cupcake and make your way over to the other side of the house to the solarium, because we're going to get the party started here in just a few minutes. So, grab a cupcake and go that way.
When your lights have gone, you commit to sweater by the fireside.
All right, folks, how about a big round of applause for Bryan and Katie as they make their way to the dance floor.
They can come in a little farther.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Has someone been more unforgettable in every way? And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
All right, Katie, at this time, if your dad will join you on the dance floor, give Mike a big round of applause for our father song.
Not always love you, but long as there are stars who love you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd do without you. If you should ever leave me, the life will still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would nothing do me? God only knows what I'd be without you.
promise me that you'll give faith the fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
I think we know we're playing guys dance moves. Ladies, are you ready? Ladies, are you ready? Why was there a dude in there? I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Ladies, help me count it down. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna throw it on 1. 3.
could stand here too. All the nights spent pushing through, fight for all we had to lose, reaching out for something to pull us up to level ground. Oh, I can see it now, I can see it now. We're on the edge of a moment, been out of our depth, now we're diving in. The light up ahead, we're running to it. We're on the edge, now we're diving in. Stay a while and you'll see that every broken dream fit together flawlessly, pave the road to better things, letting go of the moments that could only keep us down.